नमोऽस्तु ते व्यास विशाल बुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दाय तपत्र पूर्णः प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः ॐ ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरुर्पदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोः कृपा ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। So, yesterday we discussed the glory of study of Gita. In Gita we have seen Dina has declared one has to go on doing all the actions, whatever comes by the way, and one has to, but with non-doership. I am not the doer, with this feeling. So he said, Karmani eva adhikarahate. You have the right over only the actions. Ma phalesu kadachana. Never on the result of the action, because nobody knows what is the result comes out of your actions. It is automatic process governed by the ultimate nature, which is automatic and electronic. Everything is decided then and there. Minister of, record keeper of the time God, death God, that is Yamaraj, one who controls, overall controller. Yama means controlling. So, Chitragupta means which is, Gupta means hidden, Chitra in a mysterious way, who is hidden in every being in a mysterious way, and that is called Chitragupta. He is the subordinate, the minister, the right hand, record keeper of the time God, that is the death God, the time, ultimate time, which consumes everything eternally, the all-consumer time. So this is how this Chitragupta is the decisive factor of the nature. It is hidden, present everywhere in all the beings. That is our Chitta. Chitta, the subconscious mind. Everybody, all the beings They do some actions and the memory, the impressions of the actions are printed as it were in the subconscious mind, which is so soft, so transparent, so elaborated, all-pervading, and it holds all the records. That is how the Chitragupta is hidden in every being. Nothing can be hidden to it. Nothing can be you see, taken away from it. Thing in pitch dark midnight, all alone in a lonely room or in the forest, you know what you have done. You cannot hide yourself. So that is recorded in the chitta, the subconscious mind, which is known as the Chitragupta, the assistant to the eternal time. And time takes this form of the chitta, which is ever changing, all the storehouse, the universal storehouse of all the memories, all the impressions, that is chitta. Of course, individual chitta is in a small form, limited form, and the universal chitta, the absolute cosmic intelligence, it remembers everything. That's how it repeats again and again the same creations, destructions, everything goes on repeatedly, eternally, uninterruptedly, continuously, forever and ever. And this is not there. Continued means it is never happened. Only imaginations. In the sky we can imagine everything. The moment you pass on to some other actions, all those memories, the imaginations in the sky, they are forgotten. And again when you remember, it revives again. So in this way, it is not dependent, it is not conditional to time, space and situations. It is beyond all this. So this imaginary world which we termed as Vasana Akash, that more spacious and more subtler, more transparent than the elementary sky which we know. So the Vasana Akash, the imaginary sky, imagination of the sky, holds the sky within it. And that is aware of itself. I know the sky. That knowledge is called everything, substratum for everything. And that is the absolute truth which holds the imaginations within it, just as the situations, conditions. This called patra. In this way, our minister to the time god, that is Chitragupta. Chitragupta. Strangely hidden everywhere. Recorder of everything. Everything is recorded. Even hard disk. Single thought is never destroyed. This is how whatever you think, it is ever and ever it is present in your mind and it is never destroyed. So one should be very, very careful to think. Yes, sir.
Maharaj, from a relative point of view, should we understand then Saturday, Sunday, Monday are only memories?
Only memories. It is time, it is repetition, it is memories only. There is no such thing as Sunday or Monday. It is imagination only. What else it can be? Have you seen the Saturday, Sunday? What is the form of it? Something you have named as something or other. See our definition of our being. Something or other is taken as something or other at some time or other, in some condition or other, by someone or other, for something or other, and it is understood as something or other. That is our understanding some other. Nothing is nothing. Not a single dot is visible. In a white wall, can you find out everything? Wherever you find, some dot will be available. Our journey of the life, our evolution process, and this. Something is taken as something in some place, at some time or other, something is understood as something. Nothing is clear. Nobody can give clarity. Whatever they have invented, all the rules, regulations of the nature and inventions, whatever are found out and the wrong after some time. Something new things come out. Whatever you have known yesterday, it is not now. Whatever you are understanding now, after 5 minutes, it will be something else. You are seeing the dog, it has become a cat. The cat has become a goat after some time, and the goat has become the tiger. Tiger has become the ant now. What is what? Mysterious is this world. And we are the greatest knowledgeable persons. Nobody can compete with us. When you think seriously, what a fun. Huh? What a joke going on. And going for cure to the hospital in the way stung by a scorpion. dreaming in the way. I am the king of the whole universe. This is the reality. This is the reality. Pitva mohamayi pramada madira unmatta matta jagat. Everybody is drunk. Everybody is dancing. क्या सोचता है मेरे को? क्या रे? कहाँ जाया? जानता है मैं कौन?
एक मिनिस्टर पागलों का हॉस्पिटल में गया तो भूलता है, पूछा कौन है? पूछा, बोला ये मैं मिनिस्टर हूँ। बोले तेरे जैसे पीछे बहुत है, तेरे जैसे ही आते इधर बहुत है, तेरे जैसे मेरे पास, तेरे से भी ऊपर वाले हैं।
The greatest joke, you know, in Bareilly, UP, our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru came to inaugurate it. Inaugurate it! And he was, everyone was caught. And he entered in and he was seeing all the different wings, some ferocious mad chaps, some were very calm and quiet, some are very educated, some are very savages. Different kind of mad chaps are brought and they are kept in different wings. Was passing through some wing in some window. Somebody was peeping out and in the Barana Jawaharlal Nehru was passing by. He looked at the person peeping behind out. Jawaharlal stood there for a second. How dear, are you? Are you well? He looked at Jawaharlal Nehru for some time. Who are you? Where from you are? Where from you have come? Who are you? The mad chap asks Nehru. Nehru politely with folded hands said, you see, people call me Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The mad chap thought for a moment. He said, yes, yes. Once people called me like that, and I have come here, I am quite well off. People used to call me also. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and as a result I have come here.
So now it's your turn.
People used to call me Pandit Nehru once. This is our situation, bhai. Every one of us, we are Pandit Nehru. Hi, hi, Re Vidhata. Glory to you, my dear mother, Maya. So in this way, the whole world is going on, and we have been diverted from our discussion matter, isn't it? We were discussing the glory of Gita. Anyhow, this world is like this. the glory of everything, though it is stated in Gita itself, you have only right over your actions, you have no right over your reactions, karma phala, ma phaleshu kadachana. So, we were discussing how the result is decided by the nature which is like this, and that Chitragupta, who is hidden everywhere, he decides everything. It is not in the hands of the doer. You are just instruments that we are going to discuss very soon. Prakritehe kriyamanani gunehi karmani sarvasa. You are nobody, nobody. That is what I was asking in the evening. Can a toy talk to his child player who is playing with it by remote? Can the toy say, "My Lord, I am your toy, please save me. Whatever I do, it is your, my Lord. I am helpless. You are my energy, you are my father and mother, you are everything for me. Whatever I do, it is your worship, it is your pleasure, my Lord." Can the toy talk like this to the child who is playing with it? Keep quiet. Neither you can do any worship, nor you can talk anything, nor you can move. Unless the child wishes. This is how the whole world is under his clutches, and he does nothing. His nature does everything. Prakritehe kriyamanani gunehi karmani sarvasaha. So, you have to do nothing, that is enough. And that is the most difficult job. Our ego jumps and we claim over our results. I have struggled so much. I have the right over my results. You fool, neither you have struggled, nor you are going to get anything. You slaves, you have got your wages. At the end of the day, go home quietly. Whatever happens, that belongs to the owner of the land. To say you cannot. Tomorrow nobody knows whether you are called for work or not. So in this way, though you have no right, so why there is a custom after going through all these Gita or Vishnu Sahasranam, anything, whatever we do, in the end we have to go to the glory of it, Mahatmyam. Why it is so? What happened to all these great authorities? Why they have allowed all this? You see, this ego is such a rascal, it never gets pacified. It never gets quietened. So somehow or other we have to consolidate. We cannot shout for the light. We cannot claim that we are in the light. You have to struggle. Because if somebody says, yes, yes, after 1 hour there will be sunrise. My dear, have patience. How much all these glory and all these greatnesses, everything has to be. Lose your hope. You will be ever engaged and struggle hard in your path you have chosen. So everywhere this is given only for encouragement and only for enthusiasm, to have continuity, to have a hope. Without hope you cannot. Please sense one should give up all the desires, but in spiritual sense one should have the intense desire to get rid of the desires. That is highly needed. You should have the desire to get rid of desires. All these Mahatmas are given everywhere. Because you cannot keep quiet. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu. Even for a moment, fraction of a second, nobody can keep quiet. So, you are helpless to do something, so you have right to do something. But you have no it does not mean that you will not get the result. You will get the result, but you don't have anything to tell on the, dominate on the, or do something on the results. He will decide. So Daiva means the ultimate ruler. Do something for your labor. You have only, and though you should have a hope for the better, yet you cannot dominate over it. You will get it. Avasyameva bhuktavyam subha suha karma phalam. Avasyameva bhuktavyam subha subham karma phalam. What is bound to get it. You cannot but get it. So why to be impatient? Whatever you have struggled, whatever you have done, the exact result you will get. But you cannot say anything over it. Decision is not in your hand. This is the meaning of karmaniyeva adhikarahate ma phalesu kadachana. That doesn't mean you should not have a hope, better hope, bright future. But you have no right over it. In the end of all the scriptures should be gone through. Now we have to see previously Swaram Vinasyat Sa Vinasyantam Yaha Pasyati Sa Pasyati. Sattvam sthavara jangamam kshetra kshetrajna sanyogat tadvidhi bharatarsa. And kshetrajna get together, unite together, then whatever is happening, all whatever event or beings or any action is being done, That is due to union between the field and the knower of the field. And then he said, Samam sarvesu bhutesu tishtantam parameswaram. In this process, everywhere, on his supervision, everything is going on, and his eyes are everywhere. He is vinasyat swavinasyantam yah pasyati sa pasyati. Equally, one who sees everything, where one Lord abides everywhere. He sees who sees the Supreme Lord unperishing within the perishing. Something is going to perish. A part we were discussing now, the recorder is everywhere present. Similarly, Yaha Buddhe sa parastu. Jo Buddhe, one who is beyond the intellect and your subconscious mind, he is the truth. He is the all-pervading truth. So, conscious, the cosmic mind is everywhere present. Behind that, the go on is present everywhere. One who sees this, one who understands this, and then today we shall see samam nahi nasyatmanatmanam tato yati param. God equally, he goes to the highest goal, and that inner self, the imperishable self, and he is never bewildered, never perturbed by the destruction of the perishable overlapping outward covering. That is called the body, the physical body of all the beings. He is never confused nor deluded, nor one who sees the liberated sea, the same self dwelling everywhere, but appear and disappear. Always I used to say the example of some but covering the envelope is there, hiding everything. You get the letter, you don't know what is inside, and keep aside or throw. Unless and until you go through the letter, you don't know what is the matter there in the letter. So, the truth is hidden in this way by the overlap. Name rupe prithak kritva. The whole name and form constitutes the visible world, and that should be kept aside, should be forgotten, and then you have to go to the inner matter, that is Sat Chit Anand Asti Bhati Priyam, existence, knowledge and bliss absolute. This is the inner juice, the inner matter which is to be enjoyed, but outer covering, this body, should not be taken in consideration. You see, on this, when Ashtavakra having 8 some you see, what we call ugly bends in the body, Ashtavakra.
Deformities.
Huh?
Deformities.
Deformities in the body. When he entered to the assembly of great learned people, they looked at him and laughed. So he got honored. But it was a meeting of wise people. But I found it is a meeting of dogs. Dogs who see the flesh of the body and they are laughing at the deformities of the body and the flesh. See how strange it is. Nobody looks within. So everybody felt ashamed. They had to keep quiet. Great learned people. He banged loudly everyone, face to face, before everyone. I was thinking this is a meeting of learned people, but I found only dogs are assembled here, who are looking at the flesh and bone. Nobody could open their mouth. So we have to forget the outer covering, that is body, flesh and bone, etc. The form of the body, the name of the body, but inside the body, everywhere, the absolute presence is felt, that is to be seen. The same Lord abides everywhere. Eko devo sarvabhutesu gudha samam pasyanni sarvatra. Samavasthitam Ishwaram nahi nasti atmana atmanam. He never slays the self by the self. Tato jati param gatim. Then slowly, by and by, he goes higher and higher and reaches the goal of life. This is the vision of the liberated sages. The Supreme Self abides in all forms. There is nothing apart from it. In ignorant man, an ignorant man destroys the self by identifying himself with the body and the modifications of the mind, and by not seeing yourself with the body. I am the body. Body is going to be ruined one day or other. So, are you not becoming the slayer of your own body? This meaning should be taken here. Atmana atmanam hinasti. The ignorant persons, they slay their own selves. They kill them. And one who sees the self all-pervading, present everywhere in all the beings equally, he is never a slayer, nor he is ever touched by the nanivadhyate, even slaying the whole world, killing the whole world, he acquires no sin. How? In second chapter also, Lord explained this fact in shortcut to Arjuna. Oh Arjuna, don't be bewildered. You are not the killer. You are nothing here. You are just an instrument in my hand. Don't worry and act correctly. And slowly went on explaining everything. And in the end also he will assure, my dear Arjuna, I have explained everything. Now are you going to be instrument in my hand? Or you are something? Whatever you decide, you can do accordingly. I have explained everything. Yatechasi tatha kuru. Whatever you decide, you can do it. Arjuna decided, Karisye vachanam tava. I will do whatever you order, my Lord, thy will be done. So in this way, one who knows the self, oneself abiding everywhere equally in all beings, he is the real seer. He commits no sin. He has blood vision. One who sees the body as the self. His mind is very gross. He cannot think of the subtle self. He is swayed by the force of ignorance. He mistakes the impure body for the pure self. He has false knowledge. But this sage has knowledge of the self or true knowledge, and so he beholds the one self in all beings. An ignorant man is the slayer of his self. He destroys this body and takes another body and so on, just as you go on throwing your old clothes, vasansi jirnani jatha vihaya, naroparani, grinnani anyani naroparani. Just as you throw away the old clothes and accept new clothes again and again, that's how the ignorant persons, though this body decays, they think I am the body, and they get another new body, and it goes on. But he who beholds the one self in all beings does not destroy the self by the self. Therefore, he attains the supreme goal. That is, he attains released. He attains released from the round of birth and death. Knowledge of the self leads to liberation or salvation. Knowledge of the absolute annihilates. Knowledge of the absolute annihilates the ignorance in no time. If the ignorance is destroyed and false knowledge is also destroyed, all evils are simultaneously destroyed. So he is always he becomes always auspicious, Mangalmaya. Those who have realized the unity of the self in these diverse forms are never caught in the masses of birth and death. They attain the state of Turiya, the fourth state beyond waking, dreaming and deep sleep, where form and sound do not exist. The self is everybody's friend, and so also his enemy as well. This idea, the idea first expressed in previous chapters, and it will be again explained in the last chapter also. In 18th, we shall discuss everything. Again and again, same thing is emphasized. So one Lord abides everywhere. This is the real vision, and the wrong vision is the body. I am the body, and body decays, so I die and I again born in different body. This is called ignorance. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Sachidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai. Hari Om.